guys are really taking off. That's kind of cool. I'm excited about that. Hi everyone, this is Kim and this is a garden, and this is actually an amazing garden. It's doing a lot of things that I did not expect. I do have a question for you though. My radishes are growing just fine. The leaves and the stems, you can see they're not lacking for light, but they're still kind of leggy. If you want to take a look here. Untangle. Come on. All right. Well, I'll use this one instead. If you can see this, these are kind of leggy, and they lie down a little bit on the soil. Not sure exactly why, but they're not wilting or anything like that. So this is new for me, growing radishes. So if you have any advice, please let me know. In the meantime, this is a flourishing garden. I recently had the opportunity to make compost tea and water this, and it's doing very, very well. I'm really, really happy for it. I got some compost, and it's composted manure more specifically, and it is doing wonders for the plants. They love it. It's stronger in compost tea than the worm castings are, but it's not overly strong in the sense that it's going to, change my soil so much that the nutrients can't get sucked up properly. Feeding my plants is one thing. Weeding my plants is another. Yeah, I actually get weeds out here, believe it or not. And, I get bugs too. Here's a good example. This is my tomatillos, and I'm sure you can see that I've got holes in the different leaves. Where's a really good example? Here's a really good example. I've got holes in the leaves. Look at that. So I do have bugs out here. One of these plants, I don't know which one, actually has ants. I watered with the compost tea, and in so doing, suddenly there was an outpouring of ants all over the table here. So I start watering my plants, and out of one of my plants, I don't really know which one, comes all these ants. I water the plants, and as I'm going around, I turn around and I see all of these ants on the table all of a sudden. They weren't here before, so they've got to come out of one of the pots that I'm hoping doesn't have a regular nest in. I'm flattered that they like my soil, but yeah, I don't really want them in there, so I don't know. I don't know what to do about that. If any of you have any advice, I would be open to listening. I'd love to see the ants not be a part of my plants and not destroy my plants either. So anyway, that's today's surprise. Yeesh. I guess it was an attempt at a nest, maybe? I don't really know. But they went everywhere, and now they're pretty much gone. That's okay. They'll live. Ants are persistent, and of all the things that the bugs have done, the only plant that they've really heavily attacked is my tomatillos, and the tomatillos don't seem to care. They keep growing, and I guess that kind of happens in nature. You have your plants, and they're subject to bugs everywhere, whether you have an outdoor garden in the ground or whether you have a garden like this that is exposed to being outdoors. This is just how things grow. Hi, Butter. My cat's peeking at me. He doesn't know what to do when I'm out here. But yeah, so good stuff. Rather short episode today. I just wanted to make sure I gave you an update, talked about the compost tea, talked about the new watering, and about weeding. You catch them early, they won't infest your plants in a bad way. Let's see. There is one other thing. This plant over here, which I think I just need to change its location. I think it's getting too hot. This, and I thought that I had only a couple of chilies planted. I actually have an extra one here. This is a Jamaican red habanero, and yeah, I'm not exactly sure what's going on with it. The soil is fine. The lighting seems to be okay, but I think I'm going to move it to an area where it has a little bit more of this light rather than that light. So we'll see what happens, but let's see. So I've got the Jamaican Red Habanero, I've got the Biker Billy, which is a jalapeno, I've got the New Mex Heritage Big Jim. That back there, I believe, is a Serrano, according to what I've been able to find out. It is one of the ones that had an accident where one of the cups fell over and that pot was empty, so I just dumped whatever was in there into that pot, and I don't remember what it was, but I think it's a Serrano. And then over there is a New Mex Heritage 6.4. That's under the red and blue 12-watt LED lamp. So I think that's it for the chilies. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The same combination as President Scrooge's luggage, right? Some of you will get that. Some of you will go, what in the world is she talking about? Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up because there really isn't a lot to say on this particular episode. Thank you to a few people, however. Thank you to Raymond Browning of the Praxis 55712 channel / the Voodoo Garden channel for all your input and advice. Thanks to Ivana, and I'm going to screw up your name, so I'm not going to even say it. But thanks Ivana for your advice as well. Thanks to everyone on the gardening communities that I'm a part of, which would be Look What I Grow, the Hot Pepper Growing Society, Chili Seed Savers Exchange, Renegade Gardening, and of course Ray's Timeline as well. And thank you to all of you for helping me keep this garden going, learning new things, finding out that there's a lot more to some of this than I know, of course, obviously, but that keeping me learning. That's really the big thing, and I really appreciate it. This is going to continue to grow, and I can't wait to see where it goes. It will be moved in during the winter, but we have a long growing season here in Evansville, Indiana, and so I've still got plenty of time for these things to be outside. And I'm glad to be outside today because it's been raining and the temperature has been really, really good to come out here and film. And it's been a nice break from the heat for these people. I talk about my plants like they're people. But you know what? They're alive, and I do talk to them. I do sing to them. It's just something I do. And thanks to everyone for your input on the Taisley Memorial Garden. I'll show an image of that at the end of this video just so you can see it. But thanks to all of you for your input on the plaque that is going to go up regarding her being the reason for this garden being in existence. So with that said, this is Kim, this is a garden, and you have a great week. I'll see you next week. Bye! All right.